Coming up in this President's Report, there's a lot to celebrate and a lot to share. With a new title in hand, Dr. Robinson cranks up activities. FAMU welcomes new leaders in athletics. Host esteemed visitors, including the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture, renowned attorney Ben Crump, News One, and the AME Church's first female bishop. We will share why thousands of potential rattlers converged on Los Angeles and take you on the president's visit to Silicon Valley for meetings with tech giant Intel and Facebook. These stories and much more ahead in the March 2018 President's Report. Let's start with a historic moment for FAMU. As you know, Dr. Robinson is thankful that the Board of Trustees and then the Board of Governors confirmed him as FAMU's 12th president. Dr. Robinson did not waste time sharing his goals with the FAMU community and details of the university's strategic plan. In a series of large meetings and intimate fireside chats, he met with faculty, staff, and students to answer questions about his plans to make FAMU even greater and responded to their questions. The FAMU and business community are not the only ones interested in what's going on and what's ahead for FAMU. U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue spent time on campus for his first of several trips to HBCU campuses. The theme of his tour focused on youth in agriculture and included a panel discussion with members of 4-H and FAMU students. C-SPAN also visited the Hill. It was part of the network's Cities Tour series that featured the history of a select city. C-SPAN talked to FAMU students about government and national politics. Journalist Roland Martin usually has a lot to say about government and politics. However, one of the last things he did before his News One Now show came to an end was roll out his crews onto FAMU's campus. It was part of a 3-school HBCU tour in which the show featured FAMU's prominent alumni, its culture, academic successes, and challenges shared by many of the nation's HBCUs. Many of those challenges can be addressed through legislative support at the Capitol. One of Dr. Robinson's priorities is to gain legislative funding for FAMU's strategic initiatives. We all know how important the legislative budget requests, or LBRs, are to those initiatives. That's one reason why it was so important for FAMU to have a robust showing of alumni, faculty, students, staff, and supporters at the annual FAMU Day at the Capitol. One of the opportunities birthed at the Capitol, the medical marijuana bill, provides FAMU with a unique community engagement opportunity. The university is responsible for educating minority communities statewide about health and quality of life issues surrounding the benefits of medical marijuana and the negative consequences of the unlawful use of marijuana. We are forming partnerships and designing educational programs. A statewide media campaign is also in the works. Media platforms like Facebook are important components of communicating with FAMU's constituents. That's one reason why Dr. Robinson got a first-hand look at the headquarters of social media giant Facebook in Menlo Park, California. Facebook is planning an exclusive and unique event on FAMU's campus, which will provide worldwide exposure. Dr. Robinson's Silicon Valley swing also included a visit with technology giant Intel's CEO in Santa Clara. Dr. Sonia Stevens, interim dean of the College of Science and Technology, and several faculty members also participated in workshops. FAMU is receiving more than $500,000 from Intel as part of its goal to diversify its workforce. The money goes toward scholarships and support for electrical engineering, computer engineering, and computer science students. When Dr. Robinson returned from Silicon Valley, he saw what thousands of visitors are seeing at the Tallahassee Airport. FAMU's airport room received a makeover. The purpose is to build brand awareness and educate folks about the historical and current significance of the university. It's the same reason FAMU also claimed a prime spot at the Orlando Airport. It was a jubilant Marching 100 that brought its energy to the front steps of Lee Hall. Band director Dr. Shelby Chipman and members celebrated a new wrap for their traveling trailer. Dr. Robinson and a crowd checked out the new look and enjoyed the sounds. The celebration comes on the heels of new uniforms unveiled at the Florida Classic in large part because of the generosity of Shirley and Bernard Kinsey, who donated $250,000 toward uniforms and the trailer. The Marching 100 is also making a big splash on Google Virtual Reality, or VR. Click on the spot in the video and you get to play around inside the Marching 100's performance from any angle and any vantage point. And speaking of playing, the President's Toy Drive provided plenty of toys for kids to play with during the holiday season. Children in the Tallahassee community were the recipients of nearly 400 toys and 50 bicycles with helmets. All items were donated by faculty, administration, and staff. Recipients of the FAMU generosity were grateful for the contributions.
I just thank God for it, and like I said, it's been a while.
Dr. Robinson was joined by Mrs. Robinson for alumnus and Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum's annual toy drive on campus. FAMU and Darrell Jones helped organize the annual event, which was supported by plenty of rattlers. From the holiday season to the height of FAMU's recruitment season, FAMU faculty, staff, and alumni made stops in multiple cities, with the largest event happening in Los Angeles. A delegation of alum and university recruiters led by Dr. Robinson attended the Black College Expo, where an estimated 11,000, that's right, 11,000 prospective students stopped at booths and attended workshops to shop for college. And we know many more students feel the same way. Applications for the 2018 fall class are up by 25%. Our recruitment team also found its way to Texas. In Dallas, Miss FAMU, Michelle Marva Johnson, and her mother, Vivian Johnson Bradley, a former Miss FAMU, rolled out the welcome mat with alumni for a recruitment event. While Dr. Robinson and staff and faculty were in the Lone Star State, they attended the 122nd annual meeting of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. The president also met with corporate supporters and alumni Ron Fry and Oscar Joyner at the studio of well-known radio personality Tom Joyner.
We are here with our 12th University president, Dr. Larry Robinson, at the Red Velvet Studio, this gorgeous grand piano here at the hub of the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
In Jacksonville, alumni also turned out to celebrate a new partnership with the Kipp Charter School. Students will get structured assistance to help increase their graduation rates in college. FAMU BOT Chairman Kelvin Lawson, Provost Rodner Wright, Dr. William Hudson Jr., and Kipp School representatives were on hand for the signing of an MOU. Back in Tallahassee, 50 lucky students signed up for visas with the Council on International Education Exchange. The organization assists students who want to supplement their education by studying abroad. FAMU's excellence was on full display at this year's prestigious American Advertising Federation's Addy Awards. FAMU's School of Journalism and Graphic Communication students captured, get this, 19 out of 20 possible student awards. Congratulations. During the past few months, some of the nation's most accomplished speakers took center stage at FAMU. Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump gave a stirring keynote address during the Martin Luther King Jr. convocation. It was Dr. Robinson who delivered the MLK address at Bethel AME Church in Tallahassee. During Black History Month, he received the Leadership Humanitarian Award from the National Association for the Preservation of African American History and Culture. He was also guest speaker at 2 events with Tallahassee's business community, the Leadership Tallahassee Members Luncheon and the Greater Tallahassee Chamber of Commerce's President's Council. It was yet another community engagement opportunity in sync with FAMU's strategic plan. The council consists of Tallahassee's top CEOs. Back on campus, our fall commencement exercises celebrated the accomplishments of about 650 graduates. The first of 2 ceremonies was held on Friday and included words of wisdom from Allstate executive and FAMU graduate Cheryl Harris. Bishop Vashti McKenzie stirred the audience during the second ceremony. The first female bishop of the African American Methodist Episcopal Church offered words of encouragement to a jubilant group of graduates. Expect FAMU Journalism School alumna Kim Godwin to return to the Hill in the very near future. She is among a list of rattlers on the move. The chair of the Journalism School's Board of Visitors has been named Vice President of News at CBS. It's a first for an African-American journalist.
I love talking about Florida A&M University because I literally grew up on that campus. I arrived there when I was 16 and graduated when I was 20, so it really did lay the foundation for my adult life.
After last November's elections, more great news. At least 4 FAMU graduates were elected mayor for the first time. Dr. Robinson attended the inaugurations of Keisha Lance Bottoms in Atlanta, Dina Holiday Ingram in East Point, Georgia, and delivered the keynote at Mayor Booker T. Gaynor's inauguration gala in Cairo, Georgia. FAMU SBI graduate Melvin Carter Jr. was elected the first African-American mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota. In case you haven't heard it by now, we love check presentations. The Tony Joe Mason Foundation presented this $25,000 check to FAMU. It's earmarked to help students with disabilities. Members of FAMU's Board of Trustees continue demonstrating their commitment to FAMU with both time and resources. We are grateful to trustees Dave Lawrence and Kim Moore for their recent donations to FAMU. In athletics, Dr. John Eason dropped interim from his title after Dr. Robinson appointed him Director of Athletics for FAMU. He's a former Rattler student athlete who played for the legendary Jake Gaither and the NFL's Oakland Raiders before enjoying a successful 20-plus year coaching career. Busloads of family and friends from nearby Quincy, as well as supporters, welcomed Willie Simmons as FAMU's new head football coach. Simmons came to us from Prairie View A&M in Texas. FAMU has a new Chief Compliance and Ethics Officer. Rika Calhoun comes to FAMU from Western Illinois University. And congratulations, Dr. Lady Deanna Ziegler, FAMU's interim dean of the School of Journalism and Graphic Communication, was elected the new chair of the Florida Commission on the Status of Women. FAMU wrapped up Black History Month with a panel of distinguished speakers during the #ForTheCulture Black History Observance. And a crowd of thousands strolled through Cascades Park for food, entertainment, education, shopping, and much more during FAMU's annual Harambe Festival to celebrate unity in the community. It was a festive occasion only rivaled by this. FAMU is featured in the new documentary, Tell Them We Are Rising, a film about HBCUs. FAMU partnered with WFSU to host a special screening and panel discussion at Lee Hall Auditorium before the film's national debut on PBS. The film's director, Stanley Nelson, and Dr. Robinson discussed the importance of HBCUs.